Hi folks, this is Nikhil and you are learning Golang with me. In the last session, I talked in detail about how to create this send type channel and then how to create the receive type channel, how to send the data to the channel, and then how to receive the data, consume the data from the channel. And then towards the end, I touch based upon the fact that you need something so that on the receiving side you know where to stop, and that particular phenomena is enabled by range over channel feature in Golang. Let's see that feature in this particular session. So in the last video we have seen that you can just send the data by just sending the, let's say, channel instance and then sending the data to the channel, and then in order to consume that you just need to make use of the channel instance and then operator on the left side of that, and automatically you can get the value. That's what we have seen. Now in this particular program I made two changes in the send data and receive data. One change is you can now consume the data unless you cannot consume the data unless channel is empty. How to find out that? Because we have seen in the last video that whenever the channel is getting consumed, if there is nothing on the channel, then you get the default value. So in case of the int channel, then the default value that one should receive is 0. Now that that decision whether the data is there or the data was not there on the channel is checked by making use of the comma OK pattern. So in comma OK pattern, what you do is so in the last video I have you must have seen that you have the value and then you just you were just consuming the value, right? That's it. And then the difference now is other than the value you also have one boolean variable, and the value is of the type int, obviously because the channel is of type int. However, this parameter is always boolean. It implies that if the value of this parameter is true, then the data was consumed. If the value of the parameter is false, then the data that got consumed was 0 in case of the int channel, because you always get the default value if you poll to the channel and then there is nothing on the channel, no data on the channel. So now let's actually send data to the channel. Now whenever you send, let's say 100 values, or let's say 1000 or million values, you cannot just use something like this, just give me the value, because it is the FIFO, first in first out. So if it is in FIFO, you require to have some kind of looping over a channel so that you get all the data on this and until the channel is completely consumed. So that feature is known as the range over the channel. So you declare the for loop, you have the value, and then you create a range over a channel, and now if you just iterate over this, then all of the values or whatever the data is there on the channel and the entire data will get consumed. So what we are going to do right now in this receive data is, first we are going to check whether the value exists on the channel, and I just want to illustrate the difference between the true OK and the false OK. So in the beginning what will happen is, as we are pushing, let's say 100 integers on the channel, and integer values will range from 10 to 110, because this is I plus 10. So I'm iterating 100 times as a part of this loop, and the loop starts with 0, the iteration starts with 0, so it is 0 plus 10, that is 10, and then the last value will be 99, so 99 plus 10, it will be 109, not 110, it will be 109. And then what will happen over here is I'm consuming the data directly from the channel, So this will be 10. OK1 will be true. So okay, as OK1 is true, it will the Golang will get the control flow will get entered into this if loop. Then comes the looping over the channel or the range over the channel. So all of the data ranging from 11 to 109, all of the values will get consumed, and then as the channel is empty now, there is nothing to consume from the channel. When you still can pull to the channel, and then the value over here will be 0 because it will be a default value. However, the OK2 will be false. Now this print statements will corroborate the facts that I am stating right now. Let's see. So just to have the clarity, I have the channel, unbuffered channel, and then I have the go routine for the same data. So the same data will be getting executed as a part of the different go routine, and the receive data will get executed as a part of the main go routine, right? I hope you understand this part. And now let's run the program. So now you can see that the data on the channel is 10. Whether the data consumed, yes, you got the data. Then the value consumed from the channel is 11 till 109. And now lastly, this particular statements, the data on the channel is 0, right? And whether the data consumed is false. So using this design pattern of the concurrency, you will be able to consume the entire data from the channel unless it becomes empty, and then also you will be able to understand at what time to stop. So imagine that you have a let's say now you can understand or realize that with the help of this channel and then these design patterns, you'll be able to implement streaming in Golang. So in case of let's say polling, if you want to poll a channel, then you also would like to understand whether after 5 minutes, when the let's say the event is running, and after 5 minutes, or let's say the frequency of 2 minutes or 30 seconds, when the event wakes up and polls to the channel, whether there is anything to consume. So using the comma OK pattern, you will be able to check whether there is anything on the channel. If there is anything on the channel, then only you will get into the for if loop and then consume the data from the channel. That's it for now. See you in the next session.